Hello, this is Carlos Ray Ruiz, the continuous improvement guy. And today I want to talk to you about an important subject in the area of continuous improvement. I'm going to do that through this quick video. And I'm going to start by telling you a story. And this is a story that you probably heard before, although I'm going to change some of the characters in that story. And that is the race between the rabbit and the turtle. So, for the purpose of this story, I'm going to say that General Motors is the rabbit. This rabbit in 2000 was reporting on newspapers records on revenue. And it's interesting how after 9 years, that same rabbit, same organization, was almost declaring bankruptcy. Now, on the other hand, we have the turtle, and we're going to say that turtle is Toyota. Toyota is one of those organizations that always is seeking for continuously improve, and it became one of the most respected organizations in the world in the years 2000s. And what is interesting is that the other organizations that were in that top 10, most of them were copying some of the principles and tools that Toyota was doing to become as good as Toyota. Now, what is interesting is that even though they copy those tools and principles, some of them they couldn't succeed. And I guess the question is how? How does Toyota has become such an important organization for many? Well, let's take a look at this. Edward Deming, this is one of the gurus in quality after World War II. He said, almost 40% of everything the organizations do could be considered pure waste. Now, what is interesting is that not many organizations pay attention to this. So really, they weren't listening to what he was saying. But Toyota, they did. They pay attention. They say, well, let's expand on this. And even after that, they discover after analyzing their processes that it's not only 40%, but sometimes it could go up to 90% of the things they do could be considered waste. And the thinking is, if that is the case, why is it that we wait or we don't do anything about it? So Toyota concentrated not only on tools and principles, but they went farther and to develop a culture of continuous improvement. And if we think about culture, can be viewed as a uniform way of thinking. And what is that uniform way of thinking that Toyota has that helps them to get to that high standard of efficiency? Well, a guy was doing a research and he was analyzing different organizations, and he discovered this, that Toyota, people at Toyota will do one Kaizen per day per person. In Japan, people will do one Kaizen per week. And in other organizations, people will do one Kaizen every 7 years. That's how drastic the differences between organizations could be, in which in Toyota, people know that every day they need to come to ready to identify new ways, better ways to do their daily job. One of the problems that I see with organizations is that whenever they see continuous improvement as something external to their daily job, that's when something is missing. Because if you think about it, if 90% of what we do is waste, then we should be constantly looking for opportunities to improve the work that we do every day. Now, what is at the core, and I'm going to talk about leadership, what is at the core of the leadership culture of Toyota? Because there is something important about continuous improvement, that is leadership. Leadership is that one factor that if leaders understand the power behind continuous improvement, then it's going to be easier to move the organization in that direction. So let's take a look at what Toyota's main core values are in terms of leadership. And if you think about it, this is a very simple diagram that shows courage, which in reality is the idea of taking risks, trying new things, challenging the status quo and trying new standards. And also admitting that we're going to fail and we need to learn from those mistakes to make things better. Kaizen, which is the idea of continuous improvement, which is the idea that I just explained of coming every day with the mindset that anything we do, we can improve and we can make it better. And then humility, which I think is the idea of listening to the people, listening to their ideas, and acting on those ideas. That's something that as leaders sometimes we miss, is the opportunity to listen to others and to learn from what they live in the field or in the problems they challenge, because most of the time those people know the solutions and we just need to encourage them, we need to guide them, to coach them. But that can only comes with humility and obviously respect. And respect, we can see it in different angles, but I want you to think about it in terms of respect of time. I was talking with this person who said, well, in this organization, there's this group that comes and works on Saturdays because they cannot finish the daily work during the week. If you think about it, that is not respect, because we should be looking for ways to eliminate all the inefficiencies, all the waste, so that people can have a good balance in terms of their time, in terms of their families. So that's what I have. It's a short video, but I thought it was very important to talk about this. And just remember, don't let perfection get in the way of better. So this is a motto that you can use and apply on a daily basis, especially for people who are perfectionists and they're waiting for that perfect solution. Remember, just go ahead and try it. Start doing Kaizen, start working and trying to improve everything you do every day. Thank you for listening.